Hi, this is Suzanne from SL Crafts, and today I'm going to be showing you another upcycling project, and it is this beautiful rainbow box. I'll put a list of things that you're going to need in the description below, but to start with you're going to need an empty Pringles tube. Now, I've already made this box out of this Pringles tube, but you can make about 3 or 4 of these boxes out of just one tube. So start by cutting the metal base off with a craft knife, or you can take the top bit off as I'm doing here. Then once that's off, you need to get a ruler and a pen, and you need to measure 6 centimetres and 3 centimetres all the way around the tube. Then you need to get a piece of thin card, like a greeting card, and then place the card on those marks that you've made there, and then get a craft knife and you need to cut all the way around the tube. So once you've done that, you need to take a pair of scissors, or you can use your knife, and you need to cut the tube in half like this. Then you need to cut along that 3 centimetre line all the way down the middle. So just straighten those pieces out so that they look more like an arc. Just using your fingers just to bend them into shape. Next you need to cut a piece of card about 3 centimetres by just over 15 centimetres. Now I'm using a cereal box card, and you're going to need 4 of these, and then glue them back to back so that you've got 2 pieces. Then you need to get some strong clear glue and just put a bit of glue on each of those sides, and then glue that to the ends of the Pringles tube pieces. Just using a little bit of masking tape just to hold those pieces into place. So whilst that's drying, you need to cut out a shape like this, a semicircle. I actually have a template for this on my blog, which I shall put a link for in the description below. And you're going to need 4 of these, so I'm just using the back of a greeting card again. And then glue them back to back so that you've got 2 pieces like this. So taking your strong glue, you're going to glue all the way around those edges. Place the semicircle on the top. Get it all lined up. And again, a little bit of masking tape here is going to help it to stick. Try to push the Pringles tube piece all the way to the edge of that semicircle. So whilst that's drying, you need to cut out another rectangle. This time it's about 4 centimetres by 22.5. and just bend that into shape, and this is going to form the inside of the base. So again, just using your strong clear glue just to attach that to the base. And it's a good idea just to use a couple of pegs just to hold that into place while it dries. Now you're going to need another piece of card, which is 4 centimetres by about 14.9 or 15 centimetres. And just put some glue onto there, and that's going to just slot into place at the front there. Again, using a couple of pegs to hold it into place while it dries. And just on those corners where those two pieces meet, just apply a little bit of glue. And a little bit of tape just to hold that into place. So now that that's dry, it should look like this. And I'm just trimming off a little bit of that semicircle where it just didn't quite meet. Just trimming it off with scissors, making the edges nice and smooth. Just checking that the lid fits, and it does. So now to decorate the box. So I'm using just a thin patterned card. So I've already glued the lid one on. So now I'm just gluing the base one on. And if you are using patterned card, it's a good idea to try and match up the pattern there. Just wrapping it all the way around, and again using a couple of pegs, hold that into place while it dries. Then once it is dry, just trim off any excess card that's hanging off over the edge, just to give that a nice smooth finish. And then you need to do the same for the other side. So again, just cut off any excess pieces. Now you could leave it like this, or if you want to add a bit more colour to it, and then you can give it a couple of layers of paint. I'm using red acrylic paint. So I've given it 2 layers of red acrylic paint, and now that it's dry, I'm going to apply just a thin layer of acrylic gloss varnish. And now that that's dry, it's given it a lovely glossy sheen. And then we need to do the rainbow. So again, I have a template for this rainbow on my blog, which is in the description below. And you need to cut out 2 of these. So I've printed mine onto glossy photo paper. And then I'm just using a glue stick to stick it onto the lid. So just try and line it up as best as you can. Press it down. Wipe off any excess glue. And then using your scissors, just trim off any bits that are hanging over the edge. So you need to do the same for the base. If you don't want to use my rainbow template, then you could use just marker pens just to colour in your own rainbow. And as a little finishing touch, I'm just going to use a gold permanent marker pen just to put some gold edging just all around the edges of the rainbow. And then once that's dry, pop the lid on, and there it is, an upcycled rainbow box.